It's nice as a fat person to finally be able to be a person of authority on a topic. Hey friends, it's your good friend Tim Campbell-Smith, and today I am sharing some top tips for those of you thinking of starting out at the gym. Because let me tell you, I've been on a fitness journey and it has been a journey. I'm a big guy, and I use the words big and fat as objective descriptors of who I am. I'm a big boy. I'm also in the best shape I've ever been. I've been going to the gym consistently for the past year. That's involved personal training. And when I kind of just jumped into the deep end because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how else to solve the problem. So I kind of just threw money at the problem. Now, if I could go back and do it again, I would give myself these tips, and I want to share them with you. Before we go too far, make sure you like and subscribe for all things business, life, mental health, higher ed, you name it. So some important background notes, also because I don't want anyone to compare themselves to me. I don't want to compare myself to anyone else. I don't want anyone else to compare themselves to me. Fitness is a wildly personal journey, and there's a lot of different reasons why we go on that journey and where that journey goes. I started and took what I thought was a dramatic approach to my fitness because I wasn't thrilled with the direction where my body was heading. I was only slowly, but consistently gaining weight, never losing it. And I found myself less and less able to do the things I wanted to be able to do. So I wanted to be able to walk up a flight of stairs at school to the second floor and not feel like I was dying. I want to be able to play with my nieces and nephews. But nothing else had really worked. So I technically got a personal trainer, which I don't recommend for everyone. And actually, that's not going to be one of my tips here today. What I learned from personal training, but these are tips for you if you're thinking of starting out at the gym or you're just starting out from someone now who's been doing this consistently for a year. First, especially if you're looking for a gym, I would say take a tour of the gym. Go take a look and try and experience it. A lot of gyms will offer a free pass, a free try. So definitely take it. A big thing that I was really nervous about was I didn't see on any posters, I didn't see outside of any gyms, anybody who looked like me. No fat people, no queer people, no bald guys. I didn't see people who looked like me. And it wasn't until I actually went in the gym and I spent time in my go-to location where I definitely saw more bodies like mine. But if I had just gone based on the outside and just on the posters, I never would have gone. So actually taking a tour and experiencing the gym was really, really helpful. Next, I want you to actually decide what are your fitness goals and how do you achieve those goals. My trainer helped me do this because there was so much information online. There's so much fitness information. And my trainer, is a trained professional in this and was able to kind of succinctly bring it all together for me. One, it was really helpful because I had no idea that as a larger person who wants to, some of my original goals were I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to increase muscle, I wanted to increase energy. I had no idea that the primary way for men in their 30s like me with larger bodies to do that is through strength training and to integrate more strength training. So he taught me that, what that means and what that looks like. But all of that started with just identifying what are your fitness goals. And when he asked me that, at first I was like, I don't know. Let me think about this. Next, my third tip. Learn how to use the equipment. When I started out at the gym, and I had a gym membership for 2 years before I got a trainer and really started to take it seriously. When I would go to the gym, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just thought, oh, lose weight equals cardio. So I'd go on the treadmill, the elliptical, and maybe a bike for 15 minutes each, and then I would just pray to Beyonce above that I lose weight. And part of that was driven, one, by my idea that cardio is how you lose weight, which is not the only truth. And two, I didn't know how to use any of the machines and I was scared to go use them. I was scared to try and learn them. So try and learn your machines because they can do a lot and they can just make the fitness far more richer experience, but more on that later. And with that, my next tip, learn why we use the machines that we do and variations. That's been a big one. Learning why we use the machines we use and variations on them. This has been so helpful for a bunch of different reasons. One, this makes working out more fun. I never do the same workout twice. And I try to separate to make it different every single time. So I'll go to the gym and I'll do a circuit where I'll do bench press, and then I'll do leg presses, and of course while I'm recording this I'm forgetting all the machines, but I will do different machines to make it more fun, as long as I know like why do we use this machine, what muscle group is this working, what goal is this working towards. So then also this is really helpful especially if you have like a smaller gym and someone's using your piece of equipment and you don't want to, if you're me and you're super impatient and you don't want to wait, you know another machine that can do the same thing or a very similar thing, similar movement, work a similar muscle group or part of your body. So definitely know why do we use the machines we use and a variation on them. Next, and this is probably the most important tip, and this has been the hardest for me to learn, it's also been the most beneficial for me to learn, make your workouts your own. Give yourself permission to have whatever kind of workout you want to have or that you have in you. Some days when I go to the gym and when I go for a workout, I have a good 90-minute workout in me, or a good 75 minutes. Ooh. Other days, I am snail crawling my way to the 40-minute mark. And actually just a few days ago at the time of recording, my energy levels were so low, I was so tired, but it's been I've built in going to the gym is such a habit that I'm like, I'm gonna go. And I went, but I was so tired, I stopped after 40 minutes. Because that's all I had in me. And that's okay. Because all movement is good movement. All bodies are good bodies. So under that belief and that fact, quite frankly, that all bodies are good bodies and all movement is good movement, a 40-minute workout is fantastic. Give yourself permission to make it your own. Next, it's an important reminder, and it's funny because my trainer told me this, and it wasn't till, 6 months in I realized progress is slow, and that's okay. Social media presents fitness and results as fast, as instantaneous, especially as someone who works in social media marketing and knows why we do these kind of posts, especially when you see a before and after post, when you can just swipe and see the difference right away. Progress is slow. In fact, many bodies of research claim that a healthy amount of weight loss is 1 pound per week. That's only 4 pounds per month. That's not a lot. After working out for a year, I am just at the point now where I'm on average losing about 1 pound a week because that's a goal of mine. Has not always been the case. Progress is slow. Give yourself permission to have whatever kind of progress you're going to have over a period of time. Next, and this is going to be a funny one, make it a priority. If you're actually going to go to the gym, if you're actually going to go work out, make it a priority, make time for it. For me, the best way that I actually lived into this was I put it into my schedule. So I actually built into my Google Calendar. I live by my Google Calendar. I put it into my calendar when I have personal training and when I need to be going there. I only had training twice a week, and my trainer said if I wanted to achieve the results I wanted to achieve, I needed to go 4 times a week. I'm now at a point where, because it's such a priority, frankly, it's also now a hobby that I enjoy. More on that later. I go like 5 times a week. That is because I made it a priority and I set time for it and I dedicated time for it. Speaking of making it a hobby, I want to encourage you. This was really important to me, and it was advice that I got from a lot of folks as I started out in fitness. Find the joy in movement. Find the excitement and the comfort, and really, joy is the word that I want to come to in exercise. What's kept me going now is that this is a hobby. I enjoy moving my body. I enjoy different workouts. I enjoy the adrenaline and all the endorphins that come from working out. Because for me, working out is a joyous activity. It brings me joy. Today, I know I'm going to the gym this evening, and I'm actually excited. I'm like, I can't wait to go to the gym. I have a great day planned, and I'm going to wrap it all up with a night at the gym. Find the joy in it. Whatever joy looks like for you, be it like if you're being competitive with yourself, or you're just there to have fun, or you're trying new things, whatever brings you joy. Find the joy, because that has worked really well for me. Last tip, this is very important, I would say. It's been a big part of my journey, is being open to your goals changing. Be open to your goals changing. When I started out, my initial goals were lose weight, build muscle. And now what I'm actually most excited about, what I'm most proud of, is that this is a hobby and that I actually do this sustainably, that I enjoy this. It turns out, I don't know if I actually want to be thin or be like super muscular. I want to to be happy. I want to be able to move my body. I want to be able to keep up with my nieces and nephews and walk up a flight of stairs. My goals have changed. I'm still happy. I'm still going to the gym consistently. I'm still working out consistently, and my goals have changed. And that's okay if your goals change. And finally, and this might be the most unpopular one, this might be the hardest tip, but if fitness is actually a goal for going to the gym, you might be going to the gym just to move more or to find a new hobby. But if fitness is a goal of goal of yours, the gym may actually only be one piece of the puzzle. You may have to tackle other things. This was first brought to my attention and I didn't know this was a part of like the program that I signed up for with my personal trainer, but about 2 to 4 weeks into training, he, just gently started saying, hey, let's talk about what you're eating. And we had to start tackling food. And he had great food suggestions, and especially suggestions on like things to like cool and new exciting things to eat and ways of preparing food. I'm a big foodie. I love experiencing food. But then I also realized like some of the things and some of my beliefs, some of my problems, quite frankly, around food, he couldn't address. And I did have to involve my therapist, because a part of my fitness journey and my food journey involved my mental health and my relationship to food, my beliefs about food, my attitudes about food. For example, I truly, honestly had a belief that food was either, and exclusively, only functional or for experience. That you couldn't enjoy delicious and nutritionally dense food. You either got one or the other. It was delicious and unhealthy, which the term unhealthy is worth unpacking another time, or it was nutritionally dense. But if it was nutritionally dense, it was boring. I had to work on really deconstructing, like, where did that come from? And is that actually true? I have since come to find joy and excitement. If you can't tell, I'm constantly looking for like joy and happiness and novelty and excitement in my world. And I was able to find novelty and excitement in cooking and preparing nutritionally dense food. I also discovered in therapy that I don't really like lunch. Turns out I do not like stopping in the middle of the day, stopping whatever flow I've got, usually in work, to eat a meal. So learning that about myself and learning like now I love a smoothie for lunch because I can have it on the go and just snacking throughout the day. I wouldn't have realized that if I didn't go to therapy and involve my therapist in my fitness journey. So remember, the gym and working out is only one piece of the puzzle in your fitness journey if you're going to the gym for fitness. And those are my big tips that if I could, I would go back to, and I would say to myself on day one when I was starting out at the gym. I would encourage myself to really make those exercises my own, to actually take time to learn the equipment. Don't be afraid to, and I'm now so unapologetic when I do this, don't be afraid to go to a machine and read the label about like what muscle groups or what it says it's working and like how to use the machine. Take the time. I totally take up that space. Channel your inner middle-aged white man. I'm not middle-aged, but I am a white man who will take that space and read out like what it works and how it works and learn to find the joy in it. If you give yourself permission to make it whatever it is, it's going to be far more enjoyable. And that has been what made it enjoyable for me and made fitness enjoyable for me. Giving myself permission to have whatever kind of experience I'm going to have every time I go to the gym. I think it's so important to show fitness and exercise can look like a lot of different things. I want to leave you with this idea in the story. My personal trainer is a bodybuilder, and he's someone I admire dearly. He's a really great guy, and what really sealed the deal for me and what made me want to listen to him and follow his advice is when I saw pictures of what he looked like many years ago. He had the exact same body shape as me today. So I know what is possible. And it's not just about the fitness for him. He also seems to enjoy working out. He seems to know a lot, and he's constantly learning a lot. And I find that really inspiring. And so that's why I think it's important that we hear from all body types to talk about movement. Take this advice from a fat guy who has been on the fitness journey and is loving it. I'm not thin. I have no goals of being thin. I hope to always be a chunky guy, but a chunky guy who enjoys movement. So if you have any questions about going to the gym or starting your fitness journey, comment and let me know, or let me know how your journey is going. As always, make sure to like and subscribe for all things life, mental health, business, school, you name it. Otherwise, we'll chat soon. Bye for now.